Hey guys, Alex here, otherwise known as Clash of Style, and in today's video we are going to be jumping in to check out some highlights of this recent birthday war that went down for Haloblade 27. We have plenty of different style of attacks coming in with some pretty damn cool content hits, including a triple of my own. Yes, I didn't actually 1-star, surprise surprise, so that triple for me will be at the end of the video, but without any further ado, let's roll the intro and jump into the action. Alright, so the first attack that we are going to be jumping in here to take a look at comes in from Lovitar Prime. I hope I'm saying that name right. He's going to be coming in here with, yep, you guys can see that right, 37 headhunters in this attack. So it looks like he's going to be kicking off proceedings, coming in with a blizzard. We do have 6 freeze spells, we have 1 rage and 1 poison. 37 headhunters though, that is certainly a huge amount of headhunters, and to be honest, I've never actually seen one of these attacks work before, so I'm pretty interested to see how Prime actually goes about this and how he is able to sneak in a triple using this strategy. So it looks like he's going to be bringing in a Hound to do a little bit of tanking here over from this left hand side of the base, then bringing in that blimp that should be able to go down. It's going to pop right there by the looks of things. Down it goes. We get down the rage spell nice and quickly. We get down the invisibility spell straight after. Going to continue throwing down those invisibility spells as and when we need them, obviously trying to get as much value from these super wizards as we possibly can. After that nerf from the last update that went down on these super wizards, we're seeing a little bit less of the blizzard attacks, but they can still be very, very strong. You can see here Prime gets a really nice chunk of value done in the center of the base, able to take out loads and loads of these heavy hitting defenses. Looks like we're now going to be bringing in an ice golem from this left hand side of the base. We've got the king swinging on through as well. We have a super wall breaker going to give us access into that multi-target infernal compartment. The queen also going to be making an appearance over from this left hand side of the base. Going to make sure we throw down these free spells, want to mitigate as much of this damage off of our heroes as we possibly can. King going to be doing some nice work out in front. We've got the queen only really getting hit by that multi-target inferno, so that's not going to cause him too many issues there at all. Dropping in a couple of headhunters now to make sure we take down this enemy king nice and quickly, because we don't want our headhunters to go the wrong direction. We want to make sure they path exactly where Prime needs them to. So the king and the queen get a decent chunk of value there. We drop down a couple of headhunters early on to make sure we guarantee that king takedown, and now it's really up to this queen to just push around this left hand side and try and pick up a few more structures. But here we go. Headhunters now going to be coming in from this top section of the base. Needs to be careful. The splash damage is what Prime needs to be very, very wary about. The giant bombs as well can do some serious work to them. So what we're going to do is going to go ahead, continue to drop down these free spells as and when we need them. Queen ability does get popped over on this left hand side. We can see the lava hound out of that clan castle, unfortunately going to be popped right there. So what Prime does is one of the invisibility spells he had saved from his blizzard at the start, he's going to use that down on the lava hound and the headhunters, making sure they retarget onto the town hall. He can then go ahead, he can drop down the eternal tome ability, make sure that town hall is out of there, and then focus in on taking care of that lava hound. Royal champion going to be making an appearance from this bottom section of the base, going to continue pushing on through. And yes, I know the Belgium Warriors base is far off maxed. Most of the defenses, in fact I don't even know if he has scatter shots in this base. I didn't even check to look. But I'm not going to lie, it's still nice to see someone finally bringing in a triple using the mass headhunters. It was pretty nicely done in my opinion, coming in from Prime. Good use of his spells in this one, and that is a cheeky little triple coming in there for Team Calo to kick things off. Berna is going to be the next attacker coming in here, and yes, you are seeing this right, we have 10 healers coming through in this attack. It looks like we're going to be doing a bit of a queen charge and then potentially either a grand warden walk or maybe a royal champion charge. We'll just need to wait and see, but it looks like we're going to be playing it nice and safe, bringing in a blimp, possibly a Yeti blimp. Yep, going to be a Yeti blimp. That's going to get in there, take care of that town hall nice and quickly. Potentially might be able to grab a couple more of these defenses from the Yeti mites, but it's a really nice start to this attack coming in for Burna. Able to take down that single target inferno as well. Going to be of big benefit. Dropping down that poison spell there, mitigating some of the damage off of those headhunters. Looks like we've had enough troops that have eaten up those long range super minion shots, so now we can just focus in on that poison spell. It's going to help this queen get through those super minions nice and quickly. The pathing just about set there. Going to now bring in the king from this bottom section of the base. Really does need to be careful that we make sure our king and our queen go exactly where we want them to. The fact we are relying so heavily on our charges here, the queen charge being the first of which, is very important. Need to make sure we get down those rages as well, the first of which is down there for Burner, dropping in a minion on this right hand side just to guarantee that this queen should have path exactly where we want her to. King ability going to be dropped over on this left hand side. A little bit worried there that the healers might transfer over, but luckily one of those expos was targeting the queen, so the healers are going to stick with her because she is taking damage. Our king going to end up going down on this left hand side. He ends up tanking those eagle artillery shots even though he was already dead. Jump spell now going to go down in the middle of the base, giving the queen access into the back end scatter shot over there at the 12 o'clock section. And here we go with our second charge. We've got the Royal Champion charge along with the Grand Warden coming on through from this left hand side of the base. In combination, they should be able to get some really nice value done for Burna. They are going to continue eating up some of these structures. We're starting to sprinkle in a few balloons through the back end of this one, but the real main focus of this attack, of course, is trying to keep these heroes alive. It's just two huge charges going on. We see those healers start to take quite a bit of damage. Those red bombs have certainly done the job. If only the healers could heal the healers, then the healers wouldn't take too much damage because they could heal themselves back up, if that made any sense at all. We're going to see that Eternal Tome ability dropping right there as we now get towards this Tesla farm here on the back end. We do have that multi-target Inferno as well. Jump spell lasting just about long enough to push that queen on through to these last couple of defenses. We still have the queen ability, we have the Royal Champion ability, and we have a freeze spell in hand as well, so we should be able to drop them down as and when we need them. But as soon as I saw this attack, I knew I had to feature it in this video. As you guys saw from the title, the ultimate content war. This most certainly was that. People really going all out to try and get as much content. This was streamed by Coco on Twitch. Halo also, I believe, did a little bit of a guest appearance on that as well. And yeah, everyone going for content hits, and Burna doing a very nice content hit right there with 10 healers on the board, swagging a free spell there at the end as well. Very nice indeed. Alright, and it couldn't be a content war without Gizmo coming in with a little bit of his own content. Matt Gizmo, of course, another Twitch streamer. He's been absolutely smashing it recently on Twitch. Make sure you guys check him out. Twitch.tv/Matt Gizmo, I believe is his name. Kicking off proceedings, bringing in a Blizzard in from this left-hand side of the base. And this strategy really stood out to me because we have a Super Valkyrie in it. Now, I know it's only one Super Valkyrie, but it's nice to see them get a little bit of love. They're really probably one of the most underused super troops in the game, and there is a reason for that. They're trash. They're trash. Yeah, they're just not as strong as maybe some of the other super troops. But Gizmo trying to show a little bit of love to them, even if it is only one of those Super Valkyries coming on through. 4 Yetis and 5 Witches also going to be coming through. Now, this is a strategy that I've seen Matt use a lot in League Wars, in just friendly wars, and just when he's, you know, maybe in Legends League as well. He's been really strong with it. He loves using these kind of spammy armies, but this isn't even that spammy. There is a lot of skill involved. You can see we have to make sure we get the spell timing and placement down for the Blizzard at the start. Need to make sure we get the value from those super wall breakers, as Matt certainly is here. He gets 3 super wall breakers deep into this base, giving him access right into the center of this base. Unfortunately, the funnel not quite set, so we do end up losing a couple of those Yetis off to the right hand side, as well as our king. Only the Witches really doing the heavy lifting in the middle of the base. You'll see the Super Valkyrie finally going to be making an appearance right there. We do drop down that Eternal Tome ability. We're going to see the Super Valkyrie continue to get a little bit of work done, only really taking care of that expo on the left hand side. She is now going to jump over, push her way onto this scatter shot, but she's going to be taken down by all the huge amount of defenses in there pretty quickly on. Now, this attack was looking really good. The only issue was we lost so many of those Yetis very early on. You're going to see that Super Valkyrie popping down here at the 6 o'clock side, but don't worry, we still had a Royal Champion to take care of that Town Hall, so she's going to be able to come in here, get a couple of shots off, make sure we can get through this Town Hall so our heroes don't have to Oof, the Town Hall doesn't go down. The Town Hall at 3 o'clock there remains up, as does that single target Inferno. The Town Hall on very low HP. We do still have 3 of our heroes alive. We have that King, we have the Queen, and the Grand Warden all doing a little bit of work, but that not ideal at all there for Matt. This was looking absolutely crushed, and potentially we could be looking at a 97, 98, 99% 1-star, but luckily that Town Hall, because it had already taken so much damage, we were able to snipe it down nice and quickly with our Grand Warden, and Gizmo still able to bring in a cheeky little 3-star with a very interesting army indeed. And now it wouldn't be a content more without Hertha bringing in some content of his own. As you guys, if you have been watching my videos and been watching my channel and been following along, you'll know that Hertha is the content god. So many of my clickbait thumbnails, clickbait titles are all due to this man right here, coming in with just these incredibly interesting army compositions. Whenever I cover Brian Fan Club, which is the team he plays for, I just never know what he's going to be coming in with. I feel he changes up the strategy he uses every single war, and it's always something incredibly creative that more often than not gets the job done. So he kicks off proceedings here by bringing in a blizzard. It was only a small blizzard coming in from this right hand side, but able to take down the town hall and the remainder of that compartment. The town hall was lingering. Now going to be kicking off proceedings. We have one golem out in front, just doing a little bit of tanking here so we can get our Grand Warden and the Queen in behind here to take care of this Lava Hound, dropping down that poison spell, which should be able to take out every single one of those pups. Down they go right there. A couple of minions helping to create the funnel over on this right hand side, and now we can really start proceeding with our super archers. Another one of those golems coming in from the left hand side of the base, bringing in that super wall breaker right there is going to give us access into the scat shot compartment. Needs to be careful this queen goes in, although unfortunately looks like that funnel maybe not quite as set as Hertha was looking for, so the queen is going to wander off to this right hand side of the base with a couple of those super archers, but the remainder of them are going to now make their way in behind the golems and the golemites after the golem had already popped in the center of the base, and that's exactly what Hertha wanted. Going to continue pushing on through there. We see some really nice super wall breakers because we use that Eternal Tome ability on them. They're going to be able to open up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different wall sections there. Beautiful value from those super wall breakers. We have the king and the royal champion swinging on through from this left hand side of the base. Unfortunately, those golems starting to pop up a little bit, so now Hertha can start focusing in and bring in those bats from the right hand side of the base. The bats should be able to get a nice chunk of value. We do have 2 free spells to go down on them, throwing that royal champion ability just to get a little bit of damage done onto the wizard tower nice and early on. In this one we do have one more free spell. Down it goes right there at the last second. Royal champion coming in to help out these bats. And that again, a very creative and sexy triple coming in from my man Hertha. You love to see it. Super archers. I'm enjoying seeing more and more players using those super archers. So without any further ado, let's check out a very, very skillful attack in the next one. Alright, so this might not be the most creative attack that I've ever seen, but it was a very, very interesting attack coming in from Ashburn. And I have to say, I really love the use when people use like wall wreckers or log launchers on their Sui for a Lalo attack, because people are starting to use them in more and more creative ways, and Ashburn uses it in probably one of the most creative ways, which is using the log launcher. You angle it correctly so you're able to roll the logs over a couple of defenses, and keep an eye on the placement of his log launcher on this one because it really is beautiful. So he's going to drop it down right here, and you're going to see it's going to hit, not only is it going to hit the Eagle Artillery, but it's also going to be able to roll over there onto the multi-target Inferno, which is absolutely ideal here for Ashburn. So we're going to be able to take down the Eagle Artillery. We're also going to roll over many of those clan castle troops, getting them out of the way, and you're going to see that last log right there is able to take down the multi-target Inferno. So the log launcher getting some beautiful value. All of the meanwhile, we're now getting going with our Queen Charge coming in behind the log launcher from 6 o'clock. We've got the Royal Champion alongside the King on this left hand side doing a little bit of work of their own. Unfortunately, we're going to see the Lava Hound coming out of that clan castle is going to hold up our Royal Champion, but the poison spell, we still had it in hand, so we're able to drop it down to make sure we get through those pups nice and quickly. Rage spell going down now for that queen, making sure she is going to get as much value as Ashburn was looking for. Now, we didn't need any wall breakers, any super wall breakers, any jump spells, because the log launcher not only took down a couple of those defenses, but it also opened up the walls. You saw those logs going over, opening up 2 sections of walls here, making sure that queen can path herself all the way through into the middle of the base. And now the Lalo, to be honest, really doesn't need to get that much value here. Interesting placement there on the haste spell, but it is just to try and get these balloons pushing on through to the town hall nice and quickly, dropping down that Eternal Tome ability. Rage spell also going down to make sure we get that town hall out the way nice and quickly. All the meanwhile, this queen's still tearing through the center of the base, getting some really, really nice value here. We do have one free spell to swag pretty much on the back end. It'll be interesting to see if Ashburn does swag it or if he's going to drop it down here on the wizard tower on the back end. Nope, looks like he's just going to go ahead and swag it alongside that queen ability. And this, I had to include this hit because I just thought it was so creative And it was really, really well executed. The use of that log launcher really stood out to me. So big shout out to Ashburn on this one. I had to include it in the video. And well, if you guys were hoping for a big finale, sorry to disappoint. Yep, that's right. The last hit of this war is going to be coming in for me. So the account that I play, my TH13 account is called Chris. Don't ask me why it's called Chris. And I'm going to be coming in here. Of course, I had to hit Soham. Me and Soham, just doing a little bit of banter. I said I'd hit him if he hits me. He hit me. He only 2-starred, can I say, and I hit him. And well, you guys can see the result right here. Unfortunately, on my second hit, I messed up my super wall breaker, and then I ended up with a 94% 2-star time fail, I believe. So not a bad war at all coming in here for me, but yeah, using these super witches, I've been loving the super witches recently. They're really, really versatile. I found that more often than not, you can make them work against most bases. So what I do here is I zap down the single target Inferno over on the left hand side. To be honest, I probably could have got a little bit more value from my zaps and my Earthquake, but it got all the stuff that I wanted it to, so I wasn't really too fussed. We then go ahead, drop down the one super wall breaker that I had to make sure we open up this Town Hall compartment. Then we have our jump spell going down there in the center of the base. All the meanwhile, we've got the troops from these siege barracks just doing a little bit of work up there on the top section. To be honest, my only real goal from the siege barracks was to clean a path to make sure the super witches went in, and then for the Hog Riders and the Royal Champion to come out, take care of the scatter shot. Anything after the scatter shot was just a bonus in my eyes, but you can see the jump spell going to give us nice access through into the center of the base. We do have one of those super witches breaking away from the remainder of the pack, but I pretty much get the value that I'm looking for in the center of the base from these super witches. As I said, ideally here the Royal Champion is going to be able to take down the scatter shot. She did do that nice and quickly, and then I realized that she can probably grab this multi-target Inferno as well, so I went ahead and I froze up the enemy Royal Champion, and you can see right there, last spear from the Royal Champion is able to take down the multi, which is pretty nice here on the back end. It means that I can go ahead, drop down this baby dragon, and it can start cleaning up, because time was not my friend in this attack. This one really came down right to the wire, but this baby dragon on the 3 o'clock section, able to get some beautiful cleanup value for me here. We actually get a really nice split on our troops as well. We get a couple of the big boys trying to break through the wall on this bottom section of the base. The healers trying to keep them up. We do then finally break through the wall right there. Able to do a little bit of tanking. We have one super witch coming on through. The baby dragon clutching up still on this left hand side. Sorry, on the right hand side of the base. Baby dragon OP for sure. And then you guys know how this one finishes. Able to just tidy up the back end of this one. Probably not my cleanest hit ever, but I was pretty happy to bring in a cheeky little triple here in this birthday war, coming in against Soham of all people. And that does bring me to the end of this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this. This has been one of my all-time favorite videos, I think, to record, just because of the content hits and because it was celebrating Halo's birthday. If you guys don't know Haloblade, he's the Season 2 Alpha. He's also an absolute legend that plays for a couple different teams, Space Station Gaming and Real Matera being two of them. He's just a really, really nice guy. So if you guys haven't already wished Halo a happy birthday, a little bit late now, considering this was a couple days ago, but feel free to go and down into the comments, wish Halo a happy birthday, or DM him on Discord. I'm sure he's always happy to get some spam DMs flooding in. Make sure you say you're from this video as well. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy these awesome content hits, including a triple of my own at the end of that one, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe as well if you guys haven't already. Let me know in the comments which one of these 6 attacks was your favorite, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.